Hello. In 2016, UPSC asked a question. Need brings greed. If greed increase, it spoils breed. Now, that's a very classic kind of a statement, and it talks about human desire for things. If they exceed a point, it can always bring destruction. All of you might have heard about the famous quote which was attributed to Gandhiji, which says that there is enough for people's needs in this world, but not enough for people's greed. So, when you see this question, you might have thought about this quote by Gandhiji, but if you start with this quote as the introduction for this essay, I would say that this will sound really cliched because this quote has been often used whenever we talk about sustainability and environment, and I would say that instead of this kind of so-called popular quote, you should go for narratives. That's my general advice anyway. So before you explain about this increasing greed and how it can spoil the whole thing, it's important that you start with an interesting story. The best story for this topic I could think of is that of the King Midas from Greek mythology. Midas was a king and he was very greedy. He always wanted more wealth. Particularly, he wanted more gold. So, the god of liquor called Dionysius actually granted Midas a wish. So, he asked Midas what he wanted, and Midas wanted that everything he touches should turn into gold. Dionysius readily gave him this boon, and Midas thought that he can make a lot of wealth, a lot of gold. But very soon he realized his mistake, because whatever he touches, the food, the water, and one day when he touches his daughter also, everything turned into gold. And then he understood his grave mistake. He asked for forgiveness, and the god Dionysius asked him to wash his hands in the river Pactolus, and he lost this so-called boon, which ultimately turned into a bane, and everything was restored. This is